This is graphite, and yeah, it was probably 20 years ago that I created it. Somebody paid me $5 to do this, to create this graphite drawing. I cannot tell you how proud I was of this drawing at the time. Yeah, I was really thought I just knocked it out of the park. And it was probably 20 years ago, I guess, something like that. I lose track of the timeline. And I knew there were problems with it, but I didn't know how to fix them. I didn't know what the problems were exactly. I just knew that it didn't, quote unquote, look right. This is my very first colored pencil drawing ever, and I knew enough not to use Crayola or something like that. But yeah, I didn't know anything about layering. I'm gonna draw this little bird, and I was so frustrated. Kind of a yellowish color. I had no idea why that happened, but I I looked at this and I thought, wow, look at this. Look at the dynamic range of values and yeah, no, this was done in 2022. Yeah. Long after creating the face value program. And this was actually taught in a workshop. This is my workshop piece that I taught. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is 100% colored pencil, right? I had a collector contact me as soon as I posted this completed piece on Facebook. It may have even been before it was completed. I don't remember now, but that was wild to me when somebody sees your work and it resonates with them in some way. Colored pencil. This is Winter Blues. It's colored pencil with pan pastel, and yeah, I just thought that was going to take forever doing the jeans jacket and jeans skirt and that kind of thing. But it actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. And because of employing, the layering techniques and other techniques for including detail towards the end, which is, the time that you're supposed to add detail. So yeah, this was also a workshop piece. Yeah, very proud of it. Actually won Best of Show at an art gallery, and it sold the opening day of the art exhibit. Today I want to talk to you about something called invisible scripts. Those are just stories that we tell ourselves that quietly hold us back. And for the longest time, one of my invisible scripts was believing that I just can't draw portraits. It was so deeply ingrained that I just sketched faces and practiced all the time in private, but I was always too embarrassed to show anyone. And honestly, they weren't that great at first, and that just reinforced that whole idea that I had and that belief that held me back. Eventually, it just came out in my words, and I would just tell people, I love to create art, but I don't draw people. I don't draw faces at all. But here's the thing. Deep down, I truly wanted to create like beautiful portraits, and I wanted to break out of this limiting belief, but I didn't know how. There were some things that I had in my head that I thought I was supposed to learn how to do, and that would make me better. But those were all wrong. Like I thought that I just had to sit there and look and observe something, and it was just hand-eye coordination. I had to just keep doing it rotely until I just got it right. Practice makes perfect, right? Well, it's not always the case. Practice is not always going to make something perfect. You can do imperfect practice and you'll get imperfect results. But when it came to color, I thought, okay, colored pencil portraits, I can, figure out what the correct color is, and that'll make all the difference. Everything changed once I learned a few simple principles that are true across the board and across mediums. What I started learning were these constructs about proportion and alignment and structure of the human head, and that those don't change regardless of medium. And these principles are like learning to identify counterfeit money Experts don't study a fake bill. Instead, they just become deeply familiar what is authentic, the authentic currency. And then identifying variations on those themes is very easy. And so portrait drawing is the same. When you understand what a perfectly aligned and proportioned head and face look like, you suddenly notice those small differences that make every face and head unique, and you know how to capture them. Let me show you some early attempts at my portrait drawing when I thought I kind of understood some things already. And now let's take a look at a very recent colored pencil portrait that I did. I think it's hard to believe that this is actually the same artist, right? Would you agree? I'm excited to share these turning points with you because I think it gives you hope as well. If you've ever been somebody who wants to improve on your portraits, but you don't know where to start, I've got a perfect system for you that will put you on the right path and get you started creating portraits you can be proud of right away. Next month, I'm going to be teaching a live in-person portrait workshop. I'm teaching two back to back, Friday evening and on Saturday, on location in North Carolina. But you can join me virtually and be a part of that interaction in that group over there. On Friday evening, I'm going to share some critical foundational steps that I usually reserve only for my face value students. And I'm excited to share those in that Friday evening portrait workshop. Then on Saturday, all day, we'll dive even deeper on those foundational principles and we'll learn how to create from start to finish a complete color pencil portrait. You'll walk away with a very deep understanding of how to move forward with confidence. So if you've ever told yourself that you can't draw portraits, or if you've ever felt stuck or some apprehension about drawing people, this workshop might be for you. Let's rewrite that invisible script together, and you can move forward with confidence and tackle subjects that you want to tackle. And let's take your portrait art to a level that you always imagined possible.